Hey, Shalom Yeshua. I'm going to start off as by giving all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Akakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS and honors to brothers doing the work in truth while sincerity. This is just a quick one. I'm going to start off with a bit of a story, a backstory to, explain the point. Or I'm going to use two names to make telling the story easy. One guy's I'm going to call Bill, another guy I'm going to call Bob. Now, I've known, went to school with Bill and Bob. And, when I was first coming into this truth, I told Bill, I was like, look, man, obviously when you come in, you just parrot everything you hear, right? So I'd heard the apostles say, when you start seeing shit happening with Iran, right? Then, then, it's peak, that the Lord is coming back, right? Now, I say I've told Bill this, when I first coming into this truth, right? So years pass, Bob, Bob's kind of guy, he'll message you every now and then, just be like, oh, what you saying, just seeing what I go on. And the other day, he sent me a message, right, which was a message that he got from Bill, where Bill was saying he had a screen capture of of the events that have been happening, to talk about, the tensions in the Middle East with Syria, Iran. It's breaking news. And it was like, oh man, remember when, Luke said one of the signs of the Christ coming back is, I'm saying what he said verbatim, right? Said, one of the signs when that Christ will come back is when, moving into Iran, right? So, basically, I want to bring that up, that story up, is just to show you, right, that there are people in this world that, you tell them, what, for instance, when we'll be at camp, people that will stumble across the videos, we'll tell them what's going on, right? We'll tell them this is what it is, these are the prophecies that need to be fulfilled, right? And you have some people that just won't get it, they'll be like, whatever, right? But then when these prophecies start coming to pass, as is the case with the RFID chip, the mark of the beast, right? When these things start coming to pass, right? Then, as it says here, then shall it be known that a prophet has been among these people, because for the time being, they don't really pay mind to what we're saying. But in that day, they're gonna be like, oh shit. So this is Ezekiel 33 and 33. It says, and when this comes to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them, right? So when these things start coming to pass, then it's gonna be like, oh shit, yo, so and so said this, that, and the other. Right? And thing is, I don't keep in contact with. I don't chat to Bill like that. But like I said, Bill and Bob, they're good friends, right? And Bob, always likes to, you won't chat to Bob for a minute, and then Bob will, will send you a message, being like, oh, what you been ghosting or whatever, right? Then Bob sent me this message. Now, if it wasn't for Bob, I would have never known that this occurrence happened, right? So just in a case of, when we're at camp or whatever, or people who you've lost complete contact with, right? They were at some point calling you crazy or just dismissing everything you say, but now it's a situation where they're seeing all the things that you said through the Spirit that you had heard from the apostles on down, right? That these things were to happen, right? Now they're looking like, oh shit, hey, what if he's right? Hey, what's going on? Right? And those same people, may go one or two ways. They may end up coming and being like, yo, yeah, I remember you said this years ago, but you know what? Hey, at the time I didn't get it, but now I get it. Now I have the faith. Scriptures talk about let every man be persuaded in his own mind, right? There's one guy I know, guy I used to train with, and that, I told him the whole doctrine, right? And he was eating it up, right? I was talking about the missiles and all of that, and then it goes, so how are you gonna escape, right? And I was like, hey, through do the chariots of the Lord, right? What the world calls UFOs, and that was too much for him to eat, right? But let's say he was to see some chariots, then will he be converted? Well, that's up to the Lord, right? Because in fact, let me get this first, Isaiah 6 and 9, because there's some people who are gonna, their eyes are gonna be opened by the point where it's too late. So Isaiah 6 and 9 says, and he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed. Right, so the Lord is basically saying that he doesn't want a lot of people to get this truth. Right? Lord's saying, look, man, if their eyes get open, if they get the understanding, then then what do you call it? Then they're gonna be converted and they'll be healed. And I don't want them. And is the point I wanted in verse 11. It says, then said I, Lord, how long? And he answered, until the cities be wasted without inhabitant, and the houses without man. Right? And the land be utterly desolate. Right? So basically until it's too late, man. Right? But you're going to have cases where people, they're going to start seeing the prophecies coming to pass, and they're going to be trying to hit you up, right? Which is why it says, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Right, so Isaiah 55 and 6 says, seek ye Yahweh while he may be found, call ye upon him while he is near. Right, because for the time being, where, the Lord has his prophets out on the streets, but there will come a time when we ain't out there anymore, man. You get that in Amos. Alright, this is Amos 8 and 11. It says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, that will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh. Right, so there'll come a point when we ain't out there, teaching, teaching on the street corners, like the prophets of the Lord's time, the apostles on down. Right, it's gonna come a time when you can't access YouTube. Right, but which is why it says, you look, man, now's the time to get this word. Right? The Lord is having certain prophecies, certain things that He's told people in the past, and they're looking at those things. They're like, oh shit, fuck. Hey, if these right, if that was, because the thing is, they look at it as, you said it was really, you, especially when, in my case I was given, right, I was just parroting what I had heard of the prophets, starting from the apostles on down, right, and Lord's will now I'm a prophet, right. Hopefully, Lord's will, one of the elected prophets, right? I'm doing the same thing again, right? Because this word is about, being taught and preached all over the world. Right? It's Habakkuk 2 and 3. So for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak, right, and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry, right? So these prophecies are set to come out at a certain point. Certain things are supposed to come out, come to pass at certain points, right? You will see certain things, and you're like, shit, how is this thing gonna come to pass, right? For instance, one of the things that the apostles said, was it was a while back, was talking about Ezekiel 38 chapter, how Gomer is Turkey, or how Turkey was gonna become bands, was gonna become basically joined with Russia, right? You look back 2-3 years ago. Right, that would have been an absurd statement to make, right? But now you've been seeing how they've actually moved, they've actually shifted from being under American sphere of influence more towards the Russian sphere of influence. Right, so this prophecy coming to pass before our eyes, right? So if a person that may have watched that video and maybe not got down with it at that time, they're now looking at, oh shit, oh man, fuck. Hey, shit, maybe that is right, right? Because the Lord, everyone has their own, own, what do you call it, own mark that makes it click. Some man can get it straight away, right? Because it's at the end of the day, it's up to the Lord. When you read Romans 9, it says, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy. The Lord can have mercy on whom will have mercy, right? It says Matthew 7 and 21, it says, not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name have done wonderful works? I'm trying to remember why I loaded this scripture. No, but yeah, basically you have, certain people that, were teaching a wrong doctrine, but in that time they're going to try and move like they were part of the game. Right, and the Lord's going to be like, look, man, you ain't part of the game. When you know, at this point that, you know, Lord had them blinded. But when the cities become wasted, when the habit, and you know, and the houses without man, right? Then they're gonna start understanding, you know, try and move back and say, oh well, you know, no, I was teaching, you know, this, that, and the other, but the Lord had blinded their eyes, right? But yeah, you know, Lord will, you know, I was edifying, and until the next time, I'm gonna say shalom.